I chose Napoleon Hill, one of the world's greatest motivational leaders who ever lived. He was born in 1883, lost his mother at age 10, received instructions to trade his six-shooter in for a typewriter from his stepmother. At age 13, he was working as a freelance reporter in the mountains of Virginia. By 15, he embraced the hand of destiny and interviewed the richest man at that time in America, 73-year-old Pittsburgh steel magnate Andrew Carnegie, who issued a challenge to Hill: commit the next 20 years without compensation to documenting and recording such a philosophy of success, and he would introduce him to the wealthiest and most successful men at that time. Jumping at the opportunity, the next 2 decades, between numerous business ventures and starting a family, Hill went about fulfilling the pledge. It's a shame that each new generation must find the way to success by trial and error when the principles are really clear-cut, Carnegie told him. What the world needed, Carnegie suggested, was a philosophy of achievement, a compilation of success principles from the country's greatest businessmen and leaders to show the commonality of their stories and to serve as inspiration and enlightenment to those wanting more in life. He interviewed Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Edison, John D. Rockefeller, Henry Ford, Alexander Graham Bell, King Gillette, and many contemporary giants. Carnegie believed that definiteness of purpose was the starting point for all success, that the man who knows exactly what he wants has no difficulty in believing in his own ability to succeed. This concept became the foundation for Napoleon Hill's writings and professional focus. From the words of Napoleon Hill, first, all achievements, all success, and all desires begin with a clear mental image of one's goal, a definite picture of what you desire from your life. Unless you know where you want to go, how can you get there? Hill became established as America's resident philosopher of success and ethics. Hill had a strong desire to write and speak, which was his strength. His weakness showed up in his inability to pick the right business partners. Although they helped him to become well known and successful, their relationships didn't retain intact. President Franklin D. Roosevelt asked Hill to join his staff of the National Recovery Administration to help inspire the public's confidence. He accepted, but this meant leaving his family again. This departure, however, closed the door on the marriage. In 1935, they divorced. In the next 2 years, Napoleon etched out a living in Washington as he fulfilled his obligation to FDR's administration. Among his contributions is said to be one of the president's most famous lines: "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." By the time the Depression was over, Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, sold more than 1 million copies. Today, it is considered the greatest self-improvement book of all times. More than 30 million copies sold worldwide. If you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. In that one short statement, Hill laid down his philosophy for personal achievement and set in motion a success movement that inspired millions for generations to come. For most of his life, Hill lived with the conviction that every failure carried with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. This belief developed after the death of his mother when his stepmother entered his life, and it was sustained throughout his business career by the opportunities that opened up after his failures. Now, on the heels of his latest disappointment, he met a woman who would help him in business matters and be a companion through the rest of his years, Annie Lee Norman. The friendship blossomed. In 1943, they married. The couple moved to California, and Hill took to the lecture circuit again. One lecture took him back to Chicago, where the president of Combined Insurance Company of America, W.C. Clement Stone, had been struggling through the Depression when he had picked up a copy of Think and Grow Rich. Stone was so inspired that he bought books for each of his salesmen. In a short time, his company and coffers grew exponentially, and Stone went on to amass a fortune. In 1952, at age 69, Hill entered into a partnership with Stone.
Created using Powtoon.